y'all? Thanks so much for tuning in and checking out today's video. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. And today, this a really brief, a really quick chat. I wanted to come in and just offer some words of encouragement to anybody who is still on the fence about stepping into your creative calling, your creative identity, stepping into what it is that God created you to do. And I know a lot of times that gets confusing, it gets overwhelming, and it can be stressful, especially when you're working from a place of misalignment, just being misaligned. And I know it's been a lot of chat about, people stepping out of the workforce just because they're feeling unfulfilled and their identity is kind of like a mismatch to the work that they're doing. And I honestly feel from my experience that definitely does come from a place of misalignment. And I just want to come in and just offer some words of encouragement and also just my 2 cents on how to get started with really stepping into your true power as a creator and just having a leap of faith for yourself. And I have, like in the previous videos, talked about the vision alignment blueprint method, which I work from a place of alignment versus just trying to do the things that are typical in life, living a life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for those of us who are creators and we, just love that creative aspect of life, whether it's in the arts or some other industry, just working from a space of creativity definitely does fuel us. And I think that is what empowers us to really live our best lives. So one of the things that I want to talk about really quick was working from a place alignment first. So I know a lot of people feel like they need to be clear on what it is that they want. And initially that's definitely correct. Like, you need to have a vision for who it is that you want to be, what it is you're looking to do, what you're trying to pursue. You definitely need to know what that person looks like. You need to have the gist of what that's going to look like for you, not anybody else, but for you. So working from that space, like having a clear identity, having a clear idea of what that identity is going to look like, that is definitely a priority. However, that's not, the initial steps to me would be aligning first. And that's from my personal experience, is you want to work from a place of alignment. And one of the things the biggest question that I ask myself, and I know a lot of people may have done this, and this may be familiar to you, is like, if you're going to do something new, you need to know what it is you're getting into. And one of the questions that helped me was this particular question. It was, how would the version of me who's already living this, how would they move? How would they act? What choices would they choose? What type of environment would they be in? What type of resources? Like, you need to work from a place of having that identity already solidified and locked in. So ask yourself the question, if you're stuck, if you're confused, how would the version of me who already has this lifestyle, or who's already doing this, who's already being this person, what would they think? What choices would they make? How would they act in these specific situations? Like, throw that out there and just see what your mind gives you. Take a couple of minutes and make it an exercise, like write it down. And then that'll help you, that'll kind of prime you to get you going in the next direction. So what I have learned, especially through teaching the vision alignment blueprint method, is that the clarity doesn't come first. It's definitely the alignment, because with the alignment, that's going to help you, like I said, figure out who that person is and actually step into the action steps. And when you actually start taking those action steps, when you actually start being that version and doing the things that person is doing, then the clarity will pour in. Then the resources, everything will start just kind of coming to you, because you're already embodying that version who does that. So, like I said, ask yourself the question, how would that version of me who's already living this, how would they think, move, act? What would they choose? What would they be doing? Most of the times we feel like we give ourselves excuses like, oh, I'm not ready, and, I don't feel clear, I have to do that. Well, make it a priority to get clear on what you want. Make it a priority. Like, we have so many excuses, but at the end of the day, it all falls on your shoulders for you to pick up the pieces and for you to do what you need to do for yourself and for your own fulfillment and joy. We can work in these different jobs and things like that. We can work aligned, but you have to make sure it's what you want. I think a lot of disconnect comes from working from a place of misalignment. Like, that you have to work from a place of alignment, especially if you're looking to fulfill your creative calling, your creative identity, and just be at a place of peace, like inner peace with yourself. You know, a lot of times we already know what it is that we're being pulled toward. We already know what we're here to do. We already know what that thing is that, you know, we can't get rid of. Like, it's always something that is pulling us. We know what that is. So, you know, get clear on that. Take steps to align. And then what'll happen is you'll start making those choices. You'll start working from that place of alignment versus you trying to pull straws and just doing guesswork. Yeah, so don't necessarily bother yourself with having all the pieces to the puzzle, because once you start working from that place of alignment, something's going to shift. You're going to start working from that place. Your confidence is going to sharpen. Your skill set is going to sharpen. The direction that you need to take, like the logical next steps that you need to take in your career, your creative calling career, they're going to unfold for you. But if there's something that you want to do, I just want to encourage you, do not be scared. Do not be afraid. You know, if anything, that's going to propel you and open you up for new opportunities and just new insight and new ideas. Any step that you need to take, all your next steps are going to be obvious. You're not going to be pulling straws. Like I said, you're not going to be having a hard time. Everything is going to flow through you. So I just want to encourage you to at least start thinking about, how do you align? Ask yourself the question, how do I need to move? What do I need to do to at least take the first step? And I guarantee the universe will be on your side and it's going to guide you to the next step. So appreciate you guys tuning in and look forward to catching you next time.